just had sex. I'm about to eat nachos! It's the greatest moment of my life!
Yo, everybody, welcome to episode 0.6. That was an Adam Driver movie, okay? So don't come after me and be like, blah, 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 he's talking about sex. Shut up, it's from a movie, okay? Jeez. It's like that one scene from Family Guy where Peter goes, geez, it's a cartoon. I gotta leave that plugged in because with the Bluetooth connected, it will drain, the battery will drain pretty fast for the most part. And darn it, I wanted to keep that up. So 0.6 is Generation 9 DLC speculation. So I made this episode a little bit longer because so then I have time to talk about all that I want to say. So basically, as far as I've seen on the internet and from videos I've watched from like Tyrannosaurus and all shout out to him, the Scarlet playthrough is dope. I enjoy it. It's very calming and relaxing to watch on my break at work, and kind of teaches me how to play the game. So with that being said, I'm going to just go right into it. Okay, first of all, in the Scarlet and Violet book at Naranja Academy, in Scarlet, if you're playing Scarlet, then it's the other name, and if you're playing Violet, there are images of obviously Great Tusk and Iron Treads, which we already know them. They're the two of the Titan Pokemon that you fight, and I think you can capture them. I'm not 100% sure, but then there's also pictures of what appears to be a fusion of Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, and a fusion of Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion, which I'm assuming are obviously the paradox forms of those three, because I believe at some point in time they were all fused together as one entity or beast or whatever. And then there's a third page. There's another page with the disc Pokemon. If you haven't already noticed that my I Can Get You Lit album cover is a possible depiction of what the disc Pokemon actually looks like and is. So for the most part, I think it's going to have something to do, I mean, obviously it has something to do with terrestrialization and the whole Area Zero lore, and why Sada and Turo, the two professors in the game, died, because I think it killed it. And not everyone's like very confused by this disc Pokemon. So I'm thinking, and people are also speculating that's related to Zygarde, and if it is, that means Bonnie's Zygarde Squishy can make a return at some point in the Gen 9 Pocket Monster anime. That's another point I'm going to get to in just a minute. But here's the thing about the disc Pokemon. A lot of you may not know that I've speculated that it is possibly was created from AZ's ultimate weapon. It was fired 3,000 years ago during the Great Kalos War, which 10 years ago they never told us what other region Kalos was fighting. So people now, I think, know that they fired, the reason there's a crater in the Paldea region is because AZ fired the weapon at Paldea, because when his Flabebe died in the war and they resurrected it with that machine and then fired it at Paldea because he was angry at whoever killed his Flabebe, and then created, once he fired it, it created that crater. It hit Paldea, basically like the Pokemon equivalent of a nuclear blast. It created like the equivalent of a nuclear detonation, and then created the crater in Paldea, which you've just been running circles around the truth for the entire time. And then not only did it create the crater, it created the disc Pokemon. And then that ended up resulting in the Pokemon being exposed to Terra crystals and being able to terrestrialize and become another type. So it's just think of it as like mud sport and water sport moves, where you use mud sport on your opponent and they become the ground type, or water sport on like a fire Pokemon and they end up becoming a water type temporarily. But with terrestrialization, like your water type Pokemon, its Terra type could be like normal or poison. So then it really makes battles a lot more hard, because actually it makes them hard and easy. Hard because, like, if it's like ghost or dark types and you're a normal type Pokemon, if it was originally like a grass and it terrestrializes, it has the Terra type of like dark or ghost, and you're a normal Pokemon, just a normal type, and you have a normal type out on the field like Dunsparce or whatever, and you don't terrestrialize, you're now at a disadvantage. So it literally makes the battle hard and also easy, because like you could have water type become a poison type, and then if you're a grass type like Meowscarada, you like use Razor Leaf or whatever on it, or like Leaf Blade, Leaf Tornado, or whatever, then you're at the you could gain the advantage if it becomes a poison type, or if you're a poison type that hasn't terrestrialized, and like let's say Lapras terrestrializes and has the Terra type for going from water and ice to like grass. So now you have a grass Terra typed Lapras, and now you can still be at you can still have the upper hand. Either party can have the upper hand if they want. But so point is, AZ fired the ultimate weapon 3,000 years ago during the Kalos-Paldea War, is what it's now being said as and whatnot. So AZ fired the ultimate weapon at Paldea 3,000 years ago during the Kalos-Paldea War. And also people think Uno was involved, so there's that, which in turn created the crater in the middle of the Paldea region, which resulted in that crater, in that weapon, not also not additionally created, not only did it create the crater, but additionally it created the disc Pokemon. And that disc Pokemon then released energy, and then that energy became Terra crystals. So it created terrestrialization. And also, this going off the Kalos timeline, that weapon also created mega evolution. And I think it may have created the Z crystals and the Dynamax and Gigantamax phenomenon. So basically, all these gimmicks have been caused by the disc Pokemon. And basically, if we were in a real world, if Pokemon was in the real world and AZ was an actual living person, because he did this out of anger and hatred for his full baby dying. So basically, he created all the gimmicks that exist, and now these gimmicks were all just they exist because of AZ's anger and hatred for whoever killed his full baby. And now I feel like the whole anime is gonna be leading up to that fight of Rico and Roy and whoever else they travel with. They're probably gonna travel with either Nimona or Arvin or both of them. And it's all going to be centered around that ancient Pokeball Roy has and that pendant that Rico has. And then it's all going to be connected to... you know what I think? I think that ball is the disc Pokemon's Pokeball. That was left over, and I think when Roy was like doing something, he like picked it up and kept it. Like if he was, let's say he was on a hike or whatever, then he would have probably kept it and not told anybody. And then, since he is from Kanto and all, he probably took it to Professor Oak's lab. And I think part of me believes that Professor Oak might be involved in this anime, since he's from Kanto. So that one video that I was watching a while ago about like the other trainers from Kanto, I just think that Roy might have been one of those trainers, but we just never knew. Because I mean, that video that I watched was like posted like several months before Pocket Monster 2023 was announced. That's just the name it has right now. I don't know what name it's going to have when it comes over to the US once Netflix gets it, because they're going to have to obviously now buy the rights for this upcoming series. And also in about 4 days, the rest of Journeys will be on Netflix. And yeah, I'm going to take a break from Hunter x Hunter for that time. Well, watch all that, and then I'm going to get back to Hunter x Hunter and continue on watching that. So basically, actually, I'm going to watch the rest of Hunter. I'm going to finish out Hunter x Hunter, and then watch the rest of Journeys, and then get on to it. So basically, I think all that stuff that I just said just now is going to be in the DLC. That ancient Pokeball, Rico's pendant, AZ, the ultimate weapon, the disc Pokemon, and then Paradox, Virizion, and Suicune will all be in the DLC, is what I'm thinking is going to happen. And it is a very beautiful day, so with that being said, time for station identification on 95.7 The Talk, and we will be back with the DLC speculation in just a moment. we're back. So, continuing with this DLC speculation, I, for one, am very excited because when I get to go over to my cousin's house and play Violet, which is the game he has, and once the DLC has come out, then I can start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and seeing and actually making all this make sense, because once that happens, once we find out what the disc Pokemon is actually, then I'll have a better understanding of it, and also Paradox, Suicune, and Virizion. And then, in a later episode of Season 1, we're going to be talking, him and I are going to be talking about Gen 10. And I already have, like, there's been, I'm going to just talk about it real quick right now. There's stuff going around on 4chan about, like, a fire snake, a mudkip looking thing, and a grass wombat for the starters. I'm like, that would be, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at those designs. They look phenomenal, and I want them to look like, I want the game to have, like, Elden Ring type quality, or, like, more, make it even more open world for that part. For that matter, make it even more open world, because that would allow us to explore even more, like have no parts of the map blocked off whatsoever. Make it like, maybe even just make it like Pokemon Coliseum, and I would love to see that game get remade on the Switch as well, because I would love to play that. Because I never got to play the original. I want to play the original. I'm probably going to sometime in the future during the Grand Console Wars. That will be another podcast in the next decade. So that will be in 2033, 10 years after this has, if I just stop doing it after 10, if I stop doing this after 10 seasons, if I load the other seasons with a crap ton of episodes, then I'm going to go to the Grand Console Wars podcast. So with that being said, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in 0.7. And have a good day, everybody, and stay safe. Peace.